Golf Central on YouTube is brought to you by the new Chrome Tour golf ball from Callaway.
Hello, I'm Anna Jackson and this is your Golf Central update. Well, just 8 days after picking up his Masters victory, world number one Scottie Scheffler's dominant run continues. After a Monday finish, he picks up his 10th PGA Tour title thanks to a 3-shot victory over Sahith Theegala. So what a run this has been for Scottie Scheffler as he spoke to the media after his win earlier today.
Yeah, it's nice to be sitting here with the jacket on. It's a good feeling. As far as the week goes, it was a pretty smooth week there for a while. You know, we had the weather yesterday, which was a bit challenging, but and then the conditions changed pretty drastically this morning. But it was nice to get out there and make a couple pars and finish off the tournament the right way.
First player since 1985 to follow up the Masters victory, winning here at RBC Heritage. A lot of people questioning even if you would come this week. Just talk a little bit about what it means to follow up winning in Augusta with another victory so soon.
Yeah, I mean it was part of our plan this week. To come here and play, and I was able to go home for a couple days and celebrate, and it was. I didn't really put much thought into it. It was just I had committed to playing the tournament. That's really all that it was. It really wasn't too much thought on that. I committed to play here. It was part of the plan, and so we stuck to the plan. And I talked about it a little bit at the beginning of the week. I didn't show up here just to have some sort of ceremony and have everybody tell me congratulations and whatnot. I came here with a purpose and got off to a bit of a slow start, but after that I played some really nice golf.
All right, we'll open it up to questions. Start with Doug.
Two things, Scottie. Does anything about this surprise you? Your level, your steady level of play, no drop off at all. It seems like.
Not really. I think I do. I do have fairly high expectations for myself, and when I show up at tournaments, I try to do my best. And I've talked a lot about kind of the preparation and what it takes for me to show up on a first tee ready to go. And I feel like I've been putting in the work and been playing some good golf, and it's definitely it's nice to be seeing some results for that with wins. At times last year I felt like I was playing some good golf and wasn't winning, and so now it's nice to be sitting here, winning some tournaments.
And when you mentioned that you came here with a purpose, was that level of purpose any different than when it was when you got to Augusta?
Not really. I think majors are always just feel a little bit different. I think sometimes when you walk out onto the range at the tournaments, you can almost feel the tension in the air. I think especially at the Masters, I think sometimes you walk out there, you can just it just feels different when you walk out. At a normal tour event, there's still a little bit of that, but it's a lot more relaxed. Especially showing up Wednesday and it's Pro-Am day, and there's AMs around and there's a lot of people, and it's just a little bit of a different vibe. But by the time the tournament starts on Thursday, it's fairly similar, and I try to be as prepared as possible this week.
I guess what I mean was if things didn't go well for you this week and you didn't win, would you have been a little bit more okay with it?
I mean, probably. I think it would be, I think it would maybe take a little bit away from the win when for instance, if I came in to yesterday with the lead and I wasn't able to win, when you get home, people would be saying like, hey, congrats, man. And then, sorry about last week. And, that would be pretty annoying. This really, for lack of a better, there's really no better way to say it other than that would be annoying. And so it was nice to come in here and put myself in position to win and to be able to finish off the golf tournament. Well, I think it's always easier said than done to have a good attitude, in the midst of what goes on in the round of golf. And I think I've handled kind of the negative stuff the last month and a half as good as I have since I've been out here on tour. I think I look back to Bay Hill, and I got off to some poor starts there, especially on the greens. I had a really bad first day there on the greens, and I think I'm just proud of how quickly I've been kind of fighting back from those little mistakes throughout the round and handling the surprises and stuff when it doesn't really go as planned. I think I've become better at managing that.
Was there something you'd attribute that to, or that kind of coincides with the putting getting a little bit better on track? Like, is there something you'd point to as why that turned for you?
I'm not really sure. I think it's one of those deals where it's easier said than done to have a good attitude, and sometimes it can be easier. And I felt like the last couple of months I've been really good at kind of handling my emotions out there and keeping myself in check. And I mean, that's obviously a bit easier when you're winning tournaments, but at the end of the day, like, I have to get to this position. I don't just show up in the lead on Thursday. You have to play good golf and handle things well. You know, you look at a tournament like this week, could be a good example of starting off, and I'm looking at the leaderboard on Thursday, and everybody's just making birdie after birdie, and I'm sitting there over par, and I've had a shank on the day, and you know, I just did my best to stay patient and kind of waited until I got hot, and had a nice finish to the round on Thursday, and then had a really solid Friday where I felt like I played better than I scored, and then I had Saturday where I just played some really good golf, had a lot of opportunities, made some putts, and posted a nice number, and then, you know, I got off to a good start yesterday and kind of just kept it going from there.
Seeing your parents out there, they seem like just incredibly humble and delightful people, and I was standing out there thinking, you know, about you about to be a dad, and I just kind of wanted to get your thoughts on whether you've really reflected too much yet on you know, what kind of dad you're going to be, and how much your relationship with your dad will kind of impact that. Yeah,
hopefully I'll be a good dad. You know, I'm going to do my best. Yeah, I was talking to Meredith on the phone last night, and we both kind of were like, yeah, I don't really think it's officially hit us yet that we're going to be parents. I'll definitely be leaning on my parents for a good amount of advice. You know, they did a great job raising me and my 3 sisters, and so, you know, they're still a big part of our lives, and this will be their 2nd grandchild, and they'll have their 3rd one on the way right after that. You know, my sister's pregnant as well, and so it's an exciting time for Meredith and me. It's an exciting time for the rest of our family, and we're looking forward to this you know, next journey in our life together.
Does it ever get boring?
This?
Hitting just hitting every shot right where you're looking? Not every shot, but it seems that way.
No, it does not get boring. I think hitting a really well-struck golf shot close to the pin is like an addicting feeling. Like
Obviously.
I mean, it like, I think that's something that's cool about the game is that's what keeps everybody coming back. You know, golf's a game that drives people nuts, and then all of a sudden you hit this great shot, and it feels wonderful, and it flies right up there by the pin, and it just gives everybody hope. And sometimes that's how I feel out there. You know, I love the feeling of a well-struck golf shot. I love this game. I love going out and practicing by myself. I love playing golf, gambling at home with people, just messing around. You know, the game of golf's been a huge part of my life now for a long time, and, you know, Lord willing, it'll be part of my life, you know, for a long time going forward as well. Yesterday and today, I felt like I hit a lot of quality shots, and the ball was coming out of the middle of the face, and it seemed like if a shot didn't end up where I wanted it to, it was probably just a little gust of wind. I mean, I was really just hitting a lot of quality shots out there and being committed, and yeah, I think that would probably be the worst shot, was the tee shot off 8.
And another final for me, tiresome question, but how are you going to celebrate this one?
We're going to get breakfast burrito, some coffee, and I'm going to go home.
Awesome. Do the nursery.
Yep, Ron?
Before Bay Hill, the narrative about you had probably gotten a little tiring and annoying. And now that you've done this, you know, when you look, how annoying was it? And is there any sort of, how do you like me now feeling given what you've done?
I mean, not really. I think it's funny how quickly the narrative can change around here. I think a lot of people are just prisoners of the moment, and you know, if I didn't win this week, I'm sure it would be a lot different, but I'm the same guy I was 2 months ago, and I'll be the same person 2 months from now, no matter what happens. So I don't get too caught up in that stuff. I'm not going to sit here and say, you know, I told you so or anything like that, because I didn't. You know, I've just been keeping my head down and trying to do the best I can, and outside of that, I've got the blinders on for the most part.